Hello everyone, this is HCJ Halloween, and today I am back at it again with yet another sneak peek video for Spirit Halloween for the 2020 season. But before I get into that, yes, I do just want to say that that was me singing in that intro clip there. And if you like the song, if you think you might be interested in listening to more of my music, then please be sure to go and click the link at the very top of the description, which will link you over to my Spotify account. My music is up actually everywhere. You can find it on Apple Music as well if you search Tyler Hunt Never Thought, but the Spotify link will be at the top of the description, along with the link to my YouTube channel for my music stuff, because I've really been getting into the music production, and I actually have a new song called Steal Our Love coming out the 24th of this month, which is next Friday, and I personally think it is really, really good. I will also hopefully have a music video, or definitely will have a music video to go along with it, so if you want to subscribe to my Tyler Hunt Music YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate it, because then you won't miss the music video. And if you stay tuned over on my Spotify, keep streaming Never Thought, of course, but stay tuned over there because there will be a new song dropping next Friday. And I'm actually going to be doing a live stream on this channel before that release, just for those of you who do care about the music, to kind of build hype a little bit, and as well as follow my Tyler Hunt Music Instagram so you don't miss out. So with the music shout out of the way, let's get into what you clicked on this video for, which is the Nightcrawler, Spirit Halloween's newest sneak peek. Actually, that's a lie. They just released the Peekaboo Clown, so I am 2 behind now, but I'm getting this one out for you guys, and you'll see a video on that Peekaboo Clown tomorrow. But they did 2 sneak peeks back to back. They did Nightcrawler and Peekaboo Clown. They did Nightcrawler, I guess it would be yesterday, or like yesterday night, and then they did the Peekaboo Clown today. So they dropped 2 in a row back to back, which is an unusual thing, and it kind of is answering my question that I was asking only a week ago, which was how are they going to get all of these props out, because they really haven't done many sneak peeks, and we're halfway through July and they have so many props. And well, there you go, they're giving us really a lot back to back to back. I don't know why they always tend to kind of do it like that, where they kind of just do it spontaneously. You'd think they'd have it just every 3rd day or something, but it seems like they just surprise us. They just give us the element of surprise, I guess. So it seems like we're really getting into the swing of things here. We've had tons of actually new props, which is really the stuff that I'm excited about. And this one is quite an interesting one. It is called the Nightcrawler, as you guys already know, and I definitely have some mixed feelings on it. But before I get too carried away, let me jump over to the official video of this guy on Spirit Halloween's website so you can see what he actually does, and then we can come back and chat about it. So that is Spirit Halloween's Nightcrawler that we will be seeing in stores for 2020, and it's a cool one, but it definitely has its flaws. So let me get into it. First of all, things I like. The face is really, really awesome. As you can see in this image right here, it's a really, really cool, demonic, elongated face with this huge gaping mouth, which is something I always think adds a super eerie touch to a prop. The nose is all twisted. It's got those wrinkles and lines to the face. It just doesn't even really look like a human anymore. It almost looks like some sort of like elongated skull. And then it also has red light up eyes, which is great. Love when the eyes light up. The teeth are yellow, which nice added color. And also it kind of has like feet, or hands for feet. It actually doesn't have any feet. It just has all hands, which is kind of interesting. That's not necessarily something I care about either way. It also has some hair. And the animation overall, I would say, is pretty interesting. It's unique. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. So we haven't really seen too many props that are in this crawling position. So I guess they kind of decided what they wanted to do with it, which is what it does is that it has its 2 front arms straighten out so that it pushes the face upward. And it kind of looks like it's like lurching up to you. So definitely a very unique idea, and it is cool because it's something that we've never seen before. Although I feel like in some ways this design is a bit flawed, and let me get into that. So I think a lot of people are kind of noticing that it just looks freaking weird. And at first glance, you're kind of like, what is this thing? It definitely does not look like a human being. And it actually kind of gives me like chimpanzee or like monkey vibes almost because of the way that the legs look and the way that it has hands for feet. But regardless of that, the reason it looks so strange is because the back legs don't have knees, and instead they just kind of bend straight down, and it creates this almost like tabletop look that no longer looks like a human, and it kind of takes away from the whole aesthetic. So I think the issue is that it really just turns into looking like cloth on top of those foam and metal poles, and you can really just kind of tell that they don't really do a good job of covering it up. Like you can see in this angle right here, it looks very, very odd from behind and from the side because it really just looks like a metal frame kind of deal, and there's not much to it. It just kind of shows you the exact shape of the poles, and it just looks odd. And I do think it's odd that the back legs just kind of go up and then bend straight down, and there's no knee bend. I think it would have looked a lot more clean and a lot more realistic if we kind of had the legs with some sort of bend in them, even if they were still that slender, because I do think the slender element does kind of add a scare factor to it because it kind of makes it look like this creepy, slender, crawling thing. And it could still be, that skinny and that just kind of like the clothing is right on top of those poles, but we could have at least had those knees bend inward instead of like back. So there's just something off about those legs. Like you can see here how those knees, they don't have knees. Like the knees are bending the wrong way. And I think that is what makes it look so odd. And I think it's also how it's just so lanky. So yeah, I kind of went on that for a little bit too long, but I think that is the thing that kind of is holding people back from enjoying this prop. Although I will say I still personally like it. It still is one of my favorites, and I still would hope to get it because I really, really love the design of the face. And I really, really love the uniqueness of the animation. The pushing up motion is something we've never seen. So I appreciate the uniqueness of the design. And I do think that in some ways, the twisted characteristics of it that make it kind of not look right actually play into how scary it is because it doesn't look like a human. It's like a humanoid thing, but it's just some things are off about it, which makes it seem like something straight out of a nightmare. So I kind of understand that in a sense, although I feel like there's an element of laziness to this design and not really, trying to make it look more scary. They just kind of made this like tabletop design. But regardless of that, this thing is pretty cool. Now back to the price tag. It's $199.99. So it's a pretty expensive one, but I do think this guy is going to be pretty large. And it is misleading in the title that it says it's 3.5 feet because that makes you think it's like Bloodthirsty Betty's size. But that is only because it's only 3.5 feet tall, which is actually pretty tall considering this is something that is laying down. So this is going to be a pretty large animatronic, I'm thinking. And I think that the size of it is going to play a factor in how cool it really, really is in person. And of course, we'll see what it looks like in stores. It may look like terrible and it may look great. But regardless, I do think this is one that I want to get on the channel because I am really intrigued by the design of it and would love to set it up for you guys. And I think a lot of you guys would be interested in seeing it. I know it's quite a polarizing one. Some of you love it, some of you hate it, but it is pretty cool. Now, of course, it only has one phrase, which isn't really a phrase. It just has the growling sounds, the screaming sound, which is definitely appropriate for this. It also kind of has that creepy music, that demonic kind of like screeching in the background, which I always love. It adds a really great Halloween element. And I've heard that it also has some of the growls specifically from Bubba, that dog that jumped out at you. I forget what the actual name of that thing was, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's made from that same company. I think this is all Crazy Create. I don't know. I don't want to misinform you guys on that, but to me, it doesn't really matter. One last thing that I did think I should touch on is the fact that in the video on Spirit's website, they actually show you how long of a retraction time this guy has. Now, that's something very important that is always kind of something we aren't fully sure about until we see the props in person. For example, Demonic Dahlia and Jack Straw have that super duper long retraction time, which means if you have them in a haunted house with a lot of people coming through, some people might miss that initial jump scare. And they typically kind of hide this from you or speed it up. But in this video on the website, you can clearly see that it's retracting for a super duper long time. And I'm not sure exactly how that will look in person and how, terribly long it will be. But it seems like it kind of has, as soon as you activate it, it jumps and then it retracts for a super long time with some closing out growls and just keeps growling and making noises. So I don't think that's going to be a super big deal, but for some of you, that's probably something you should just keep in mind. So that's about all I have to say for the Nightcrawler. It was a pretty exciting and unique sneak peek to get last night, so I have definitely enjoyed it, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and be sure to let me know if you want to see this guy on the channel or not, because I will be purchasing a limited amount of the props this year. And yes, I will be coming out with a video on that Peekaboo Clown, which I know is the one that you guys are probably way more hyped for, as am I. I will be releasing that soon. Watch out for that tomorrow. I promise I will get it to you because I'm excited to talk about that one, and that one, I assure you, will be on the channel, no questions asked. So that is it for this one. Like I said, please be sure to check out my Spotify account. I've really been having fun with it. I started working on the dance that we're going to do for the music video for my new song, and it's going to be really fun and exciting, and I have all the sets down, and I can't wait, and I think I'm going to post a music video to here and to Tyler Hunt Music, and you guys will probably just want to hear the song and hear what it's about, and just know kind of what is going on with that other thing that I am doing on the internet. So please be sure to check it out and support me and stream it over and over. And like I said, song new on the 24th of this month. Also, there's going to be a link to my Spirit Halloween affiliate link, but on top of that, one important thing I meant to say in the beginning, but that's okay, is that I will have a link specifically to the fire skulls that Spirit sells. It's a product they are really proud of, and these skulls are just such an awesome, cheap party thing that you can use, and you can put them in a fireplace or a fire pit or just wherever, in some sort of fire, and they are fire resistant, and so it looks like you have these burning skulls, and they're really cool. So if you click that link and purchase them, it will help me and the channel out. There will also be links to all of my social medias, the HCJ Halloween Instagram, if you want to get constant updates from me, knowing when I'm going to post videos, if I'm going to be late to something, what I'm going to be doing for the future of the channel, then please go ahead and check out the Instagram. There's lots of content on there that I'm sure you're not going to want to miss. So that link will be down in the description, along with all my social medias regarding the music stuff. And lastly, there will be a link to the HTJ Halloween merch shop if you want to get any HTJ Halloween t-shirt designs and phone case designs and all sorts of stuff and mugs. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.